Welcome in, hockey fans, to the LI Sports Network. I'm Magnus Healy, and tonight we're bringing you an exciting showcase of the future of Suffolk County hockey. The 5th annual Suffolk County High School Hockey League's Junior Varsity All-Star Game. The best junior varsity talent from across the county is on the ice tonight, and these players are ready to fly. Speed, skill, physical play, and non-stop action. This game has it all as the top JV athletes come together for one incredible night. It's a huge opportunity for these players, a proud moment for their schools and families, and a can't-miss event for hockey fans everywhere. So buckle up, stay locked in, and get ready as I send it over to our public address announcer, Ryan Brannigan, for the introductions to this night.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the 2025 Suffolk County High School Hockey League Junior Varsity All-Star Game. Tonight, the best of the JV face off to show their skills. We at LI Sports Network are proud to host this event and want to thank the rink staff and all of you for making this possible. Now, introducing your 2025 JV All-Stars.
Flying through the city, I got God on my side, but the real bullet's not far. Push to the limit, I'll be running all night, getting killed by a cop car.
Introducing goal team first. From St. Anthony JV Black, Robert Leno. From JV Black, St. Anthony, Michael Rainey. From St. Anthony, JV Black, Nicholas Lawler. From St. Anthony JV Gold, Kenneth Engelhard. From St. Anthony JV Gold, Jack Hilbert. From St. Anthony JV Gold, Salvatore Coletti. From East Islip, Colin Inga. From East Islip, Matt Friesen.
Let the good times roll in case God doesn't show.
From East Islip, Kyle Kearney. From KPC, Matthew DeFeo. From KPC, Kevin Schwartz. From KPC, Cohen Jikas. From Northport, Huntington, Nick Ganesi. From Northport, Huntington, Peter Mikowski. From Northport, Huntington, Liam Matarese. From Ward Melville, Nolan Fabraro. From Ward Melville, Matt Braun. From Ward Melville, Leo Gigante. Goaltender from St. Anthony Black, Brandon Huber. Goaltender for St. Anthony Gold, Gaetano Sacchino. JV All-Star White. From Smithtown Hauppauge Red, Ryan Anderson. From Smithtown Hauppauge Red, Caden Dorian. From Smithtown Hauppauge Red, Nick Avlanides. From West Islip, Alex Jablonski. From West Islip, Ryan Bonko. From West Islip, James Aspetti. From Longwood, Brandon Nicotri. From Longwood, Jeremy Moreska. From Longwood, Michael Gaudiello. From Connecticut Sayville, Jason Kuleber. From Connecticut Sayville, Milo Mazie. From Connecticut Sayville, Lucas Giordano. From Sachem, Zach Wellman. From Sachem, Cole Calver. From Sachem, Justin Hunter. From Smithtown Hop Blue, Ryan Light. From Smithtown Hop Blue, Cole Kozak. From Smithtown Hop Blue, Matt Benstock. From Smithtown Hop Red, goaltender Nick Serpico. And from West Islip, goaltender Michael Elko. Your head coaches tonight, Ethan Boehm, John Jackalone, and Keith Jackson. Now, ladies and gentlemen, please rise and remove your caps as we honor our country with the playing of the national anthem. Thank you. And now, let's get ready to rumble! Oh, good evening and welcome to the Suffolk County High School Hockey League JV All-Star Game. Ryan Brannigan joined alongside Magnus Healy. And Magnus, we've got a great show here tonight, don't we?
There's talent all across the ice, Ryan. We just came off of a freshman All-Star game. On the other side, there is the varsity All-Star game, and that's where these guys are hopeful to be come next season. But right now, their sights are set on the JV playoffs as we just reached about the halfway mark in our season. And there's talent in the net, there's talent on defense, on offense, and it's tonight where these guys are going to get the ability to showcase exactly that.
Absolutely. These are some of the best the junior varsity division has to offer on display tonight. Tons of skill, tons of talent, and tons, as you mentioned, of hope for next year, making a difference on their varsity programs.
You've got guys represented from the St. Anthony's black, gold, Smithtown Hauppauge, red and blue. There's so many different teams that are represented here on this ice tonight, and it's a testament to the players' skill, the program's skill, and the coach's ability to elevate these players' games through their words, their practices, and we'll see it all on full display here tonight at this Suffolk County High School Hockey League All-Star Game.
You have 3 players from each team represented, which includes 2 St. Anthony teams and 2 Smithtown Hauppauge teams, just showcasing the depth of those organizations and areas of the island just pouring out hockey talent. And obviously you have James Hagens of the NHL draft. Well, he didn't suit up for Smithtown Hauppauge, a Hauppauge native nonetheless, and just goes to show that Long Island is a hotspot and will continue to be a hotspot for hockey talent in the high school and beyond levels. We have ACHA head coaches, players over on the North Rink for the varsity skills competition, as well as the All-Star game to come over there, called by my friends. We got Travis Quigley on the ice, Brady Campbell, Kevin Broderick in the booth, Ryan and Magnus here for the JV All-Star game, and it is a more traditional All-Star game, Magnus.
Yeah, and you'll see these guys are not just teammates on the ice, but they're teammates in the classrooms, on travel teams, and that's kind of this camaraderie that you'll build tonight. St. Anthony's is represented. East Islip, Kings Park, Comac, Northport, Ward, Melville, Sachem, Connecticut, Longwood, West Islip, and then both, as you had mentioned, Smithtown teams and St. Anthony's teams. A plethora of talent here tonight, stretching across so many different areas of Suffolk County, all on display here.
Absolutely. Couple of late switch-ups, as no Nick Ganesi for Northport Huntington, no Max Goldstein for Connecticut Sayville, replaced by Jason Kuliber. And so, I mean, obviously, other commitments, things of the such will happen out there. As we have our Wally cam, which you got a bit of, that's our very own Wally Mitchell, out there on the skates for the intros. We love what he does for us here at the Suffolk County High School Hockey League, doing double duty over on the varsity side, skating around, getting film, getting pictures, all of which you can find on our socials at LI Sports Network. Tons of great stuff on this fantastic night of hockey that we are set to witness in just a moment.
And warm-ups just starting to finish. Teams gathering themselves around the net, getting ready for battle. It's going to be an exciting night. These teams want bragging rights. They want the ability to say that they can crown themselves champions atop the junior varsity all-star game. Who plays well, who doesn't, who is going to get the chance to showcase themselves on a higher level? You're here on the all-star game for a reason, but show us why.
Absolutely, Magnus, and it's also a fantastic opportunity for those players who may not be on the best team. Their team might be struggling, and a chance to show, well, hey, I still am a great hockey player. I can do a lot of great things, and there's a chance for me to do that with maybe a different pair of teammates than I'm used to.
You know, maybe your team doesn't have a fair share of wins. Maybe they only have 2 wins on the season. You get to show us now tonight how you've elevated that team in certain situations and why you mean something to them and how important you are to that roster.
Absolutely. Could have said it better myself, Magnus. And in addition, of course, just celebrating the great talent that we see every single night. We get the privilege to broadcast the Suffolk County High School Hockey League games. And it was something a lot personal to me in the rink that I grew up playing in. It really is a full circle moment every day I come into work. And this night is a special night, unlike any other. The All-Star Game, JV All-Star Game, set to begin as we have gold versus white. And the team in gold this time around, I believe, well, we'll find out. I'll have to double check as we get some action here early. It's Caden Dorian. Dorian looking to get it to Espetti, broken up by Hurlbert. Here comes Jack Hurlbert down the left wing side on the backhand. Centers, Engelhardt shot it wide. Coletti pinches at the near point. Out of the zone it comes.
Yeah, the 2 captains for St. Anthony's, JV Gold, already showing that connection early on. We saw in the freshman division, and now we'll see it stray on to the JV level.
Chance here, though, for Anderson. Hits iron. as getting a first crack in net tonight for the gold team, which will be wearing the away jerseys and represented as the home team tonight. In net.
And great job early on there from Ryan Anderson. A little wraparound try. Hits off the top iron. Unfortunately, though, won't fall through, but putting pressure early on they are. So, as you had mentioned, Ryan, just as we had for the freshmen, the white team is wearing the colored uniforms. And gold is wearing the white uniforms.
It's Brandon Huber in net to start here for gold. And on the other side of the ice is Nick Serpico for Smithtown Hauppauge. For white, wearing, of course, the solid colored jerseys, because of course.
Let's not make it easy. Never make it easy.
We'll try our best next year, right? Here's Alex Jablonski for West Islip, formerly of ESM, and a freshman all-star, I believe, a year ago. Fries him. Ooh. Essentially tackled by Jablonski. He lost his stick. Going the other way. A chance and a save made. DeFeo stopped by Serpico.
Good job there. Pressure on either side. DeFeo firing one off, but Serpico's a very
chance. Jekus just missed. Go ahead, Magnus.
I was going to say a very talented goalie, as he continues to show me there. 1.3 goals allowed. That is an incredible feat.
Of course, the goaltender always impacted by the team in front of him, but with Smithtown Hauppauge, you get the luxury of both throughout so many years, just producing incredible talents. So you get the good goaltender and the great team. As here's Johnny Malizia, my assistant GM, making his way into the booth with an Italian sandwich. It better be Italian. He's a fraud if it's American. As Liam Mattery says the puck. Banks went ahead out of the reach of Kearney. Italian, right, Johnny? Come on. And then back with Jekus. Ahead to DeFeo. Poked away by Wellman of Sachem. Here's Kyle Kearney of East Islip. Ahead to KPC's Jekus. Left circle shot off the pad and out in front. Nicotri had a fumble. It's crisis averted as Cole Kalberer of Sachem banks ahead. Still not out of the zone. Kyle Kearney swirling, twirling, wristing. Blocker saves Serpico. Kalberer trying to generate the clear here for White, and they do with the Longwood fellows of Maresca and Nicotri. Maresca denied by Huber.
Good job, Huber. You got a 2-on-1, staying composed, following the puck, and just take it to the chest.
DeFeo's lead pass, not on the same page with Northport Huntington's Peter Mikowski. As White clear the zone, Nicotri taps one along for Wellman. Rolls onto the stick of Salvatore Coletti. Plays it over to Peter Mikowski, the in-town rivals on the same team tonight. And, whoa, Magnus, what was that?
My face lit up, and I watched your head turn. It was under the backside, and I guess they didn't see it. It almost found its way into the net, but wow.
And then Kuleber, a chance denied by Huber, who looked sharp early. And hopefully we get a closer game than the freshman game.
Yeah.
An oddly lopsided affair, as Leo Giganti had a go at it. And it's back now with Kalaninga. East Islip, another one of those programs that have such a bright future, oozing with talent at all levels. They score! It is Kalaninga of East Islip getting us started with the first goal of the game.
What a job. 12 games for him this far, 18 goals. He continues to be a fighting factor in this organization, and East Islip, the first one, is represented out in front through the slide. It just pokes it through, was battling with the glove there of Serpico, and gets the best of the aforementioned netminder, Nick Serpico.
25 points, the most of any All-Star in this game tonight. A chance, and it goes just wide. So fitting Kalaninga breaks the ice as Nolan Fabraro tries to get the forecheck going, and having none of it, Caden Dorian tries to spring ahead his Smithtown Hauppauge teammate in Ryan Anderson. Instead, it's Schwartz in the neutral zone, and now on the stick of Aspetti. The West Islip player moves in and hands back. Wrist shot from distance over the net from Avlanitis.
Yeah, Avlanitis 2 goals on the season, wants another.
That puck, whoa,
Yeah,
look out.
Heads up, fans.
That's why that sign is attention, flying pucks. You almost got one right there, the fans to my left. And I've never had one come up in the booth, but Rowan, our producer tonight, has been pelted by not only a hockey puck, but a lacrosse ball as well. And a football. And a football. But what are you missing? We got to get like the rings like Thanos. A volleyball,
baseball, soccer ball.
Now baseball you want usually. Of all the balls, it's the baseball you want flying up at you.
A souvenir.
Try to catch it, right? Yeah, of course. I heard in football they don't let you keep the ball.
No.
I think that is a bunch of malarkey.
I think if I can make the effort on a field goal to corral it in, I deserve it. Let me bring it home.
Especially the player in a touchdown celebration.
Oh,
yeah. Maybe that should be a hockey thing. You go in, you grab the puck, and throw it to the fans after a goal.
Yeah.
As Jablonski moves in. West Islip, one of the surprise teams in what they were a year ago to what they are now. 9-4 and in a playoff spot. A team that really struggled to put together much wins last year. Huge difference a year makes. Led by these two, Jablonski and now Bonkov, and their goaltender Elko, who we'll see later tonight. Jablonski, nice move, walks near circle on the backhand. Twirls away from trouble, now back to Bonkov. Steps, fires, and a stick save made by Huber.
You're seeing it early, kind of the favoring between, you had the Hurlburt connection with Englehart. You play with each other throughout the entire school season. You'll start to develop a connection, and you know where your teammate is at the right time. You're on the same wavelength. And it proves to be an advantage.
And you see that on both sides with Smithtown Hauppauge JV Blue putting their three-man teammate unit out there of Ryan Light, Kozak, and Benstock. The puck will come all the way down, face off to the left of Serpico, 9:04 left here in the first. 1-0 Team Gold, the team in the light-colored jerseys. I noticed I said light, not white, because that'll really confuse everyone, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Here's Bonkov with speed through neutral ice. Ryan Bonkov to the backhand. Centers blocked. Great defensive play made that time by KPC number 18, Cohen Shikas. As Gold regroups in the neutral zone. Maresca. Backhands ahead. Or pardon me. That is white. White in the dark jerseys. Gold in the light. Maresca.
Confusing as ever.
I'm just gonna say the names. Carrying in for St. Anthony. A chance there for Rainey. Now puck back here for Coletti.
I'm seeing really good defense in transition. Getting back on the defensive zone from the white team in the dark-colored uniforms. Really good job skating backwards. You have the trio of Longwood in right now, and that's kind of proving to be a good job on defense in Maresca, Gadilo, and Goldstein.
You got the captain, Brandon Nicotri, who's been a big figure, part of that Longwood program, looks to break into the varsity scene. And in a season from now, as Maisie drags, shoots in a left pad save made by Huber. Picked up by Giganti. Cruises up the left wing side, runs right into Cole Calber, and thus must regroup in neutral ice. Right back in Giganti. Now Inga, the goal scorer. Lone goal of the game to Giganti, past him to Friesem. Of EI to Schwartz of KPC. Schwartz around. Friesem. Saw Joseph Schwartz in the freshman game, and we see Kevin Schwartz here in the JV All-Star game.
And Joseph Schwartz will be in his brother's position later on.
As a brief little cameo of Blink-182's You Know the Song plays. Oh, if you do know the song.
Are we a radio station now? Is that what we are?
Well, that's where we all get our start, isn't it, Magnus? As Inga nearly put it home. Giganti turns and fires, misses. Blocked in front. Held in by Kevin Schwartz. Away, no! Looked like Maisie was going to have a breakaway. Instead, it's Schwartz. Dangling, dragging, and unable to split the defense. Good play by Avlanitis and Giordano. Hunter clears from out in front, hoping for Kuliber of Connect Watsaville. Instead, it's Nolan Fabraro. And Friesem unable to hold the zone at the far point. 6:03 left first period.
I guess defense runs in the Schwartz genes. Joseph Schwartz and Kevin.
Goal scored! Jack Hurlberts. 2-0 Team Gold.
Continuing with his pattern that he had on St. Anthony's JV Gold. 9 goals on the season. And then he picks one up in the All-Star game tonight, coming up the near side. Just straight through a defender. That had some speed on it, some real power behind that shot. Top left. Beautiful shot from the captain of the St. Anthony's JV Gold, Jack Hurlbert.
Hurlbert's certainly a difference maker, and JV Gold and JV Black look like to be on a collision course to have one of the two, if they don't play each other early on, be at least in the finals. Here's Anderson. Ryan Anderson centering pass off the skate of Matarese. Backhanded down low by Dorian.
As you were saying, JV Black 12-1 and JV Gold 9-4.
When they played each other, I thought Gold really should have had that game.
Yeah.
They got goal lead in that matchup in the, as I deemed it, Friar Bowl.
We were on the call for that one, I believe.
I think we
Yeah,
were, absolutely. Avlanitis in behind to Dorian. As well as Giordano in the area. DeFeo comes away with the puck. Is immediately pressured by Espetti. Creates a turnover for Dorian. Here comes Caden Dorian on the backhand. Hounded by Braun. And eventually got to Avlanitis, and a save made by Huber. Back with Anderson. Anderson to Dorian. Wouldn't go. Held in here by St. Anthony's Michael Rainey, and out of the zone. Here's Bonkov, Jablonski, Anderson. Ahead, trying to plunge it out of the zone. Rainey comes to Bonkov, and the two 62s for either side, looking to possess the puck and get things going for their new teammates. And again, it is something that is an adjustment period. Sure, you have the built-in travel chemistry if that is the case. A deflection, and what a glove save made by Serpico.
Serpico, a talented goalie at that. He does it in the regular season and is proving it thus far tonight. And they're threatening. It's offensive production with 3:55 to go. We've already seen 2 goals from Team Gold. They look to pound one in again, and off the kind of ricochet, and he stays connected and with a little glove snag.
Here's Engelhardt off the offensive zone draw win, an immediate shot on goal from Cohen Gikas. Gikas trying to get a play on it. It's Ryan Light in the far corner. Gets it over to Leno. Robert Leno. Takes the shot, glove save made Serpico. To JV Black with a gaudy roster, led by Nicholas Lawler, 9 goals, 10 assists, 19 points. He, however, not represented tonight.
Yeah, played in all 13 games this far for St. Anthony's Black. 19 points is an incredible feat at that. As
Jablonski's denied by Huber. Yeah, that's going to happen, Matt. I apologize, Magnus,
no.
but end-to-end action as the All-Star game living up to its billing here tonight in the JV level. Again, very excitement for things to come, Magnus.
yeah, we had seen at the freshman level 2 very evenly matched rosters. It unfortunately doesn't come away in the favor of not St. Anthony's. What am I thinking?
They do feel like an all-star team sometimes.
Yeah,
I'll
yeah.
give you that. As Maresca try to plunge one through, it's touched with a high stick.
Yeah, Gold not really having their way in the freshman game, and we had thought it was so evenly matched, and these two teams do look that way. 2 goals for Gold this far, but White is holding their own on defense, not necessarily the chances that they would like on Huber in net for Gold, but they'll fall eventually. It's still only the first period.
And it still is the first period. Plenty of opportunities for both teams. It looks to be an evenly matched game, despite the score as it is right now. 2-0 in favor of the Gold team. Gold wearing the light jerseys, White wearing the dark jerseys. It was the dark jerseys in the freshman game that won 8-1 as Leo Giganti of Ward Melville makes his way up ice, and Calber, the defensive stalwart, immediately ends that opportunity. And that's another thing. You could argue that, certain players get sent to the All-Star game for various reasons, but points not always one of the requirements, Magnus.
No, not at all. You play phenomenal defense. It's recognized, and it's admirable at that. Your points, whether you have 19 or 2, if you can play great defense, you'll find yourself on the ice tonight. Fries
them. Of course, some can do it all, but here's a giveaway. Giganti, thwarted by Nicotri, the Longwood captain. Schwartz racing through center, picking up speed, right wing side, watched by Wellman and Maresca. And it is Wellman trying to lead Nicotri, the Longwood line, out. And it's taken back by Inga, Colin Inga on the backhand. Centers, hoping for a streaking Nolan Ferbraro, couldn't hit him. Held in by Hurlburt, so we have 2 of the goal scorers in the game out there as a unit right now. Kuliber takes over. Representing Connecticut Sayville, all in his lonesome, hits the brakes, waits for reinforcements. Try to send in right off the shin guards of Ferbraro. Here comes Nolan Ferbraro around Giordano. Getting back defensively, good recovery from Avlanitis. Ahead it's Kuliber. Behind his teammate Maisie, and I mean that in both senses. Fellow Connecticut Sayville All-Star, here is Hurlburt for St. Anthony. Shot blocked by Giordano.
Yeah, Hurlburt, an offensive-minded forward for this St. Anthony's team. We'd mentioned 9 goals in the regular season thus far. Continues to pile on 11 points as well. A captain and an anchor on that offense.
Taken away, good defensive play made by another defensive defenseman, great Liam Matteries of Northport Huntington. A team who I always feel should have more wins than they do this year. It's back with Matteries. Try to go across to Braun. Kuliber forechecking. And now Hunter for Sachem. Kuliber. And out of the zone it comes. Ferraro and Inga trying to get something going. Great play by Avlanitis to thwart that attempt.
Yeah, the Smithtown Hauppauge team and kind of, the school themselves, they always preach very strong defense. As you see Avlanitis there playing a good role, and we see it at multiple levels as that's the end of the first period already, Ryan.
Yeah, that caught me by surprise. I'm trying to look up stats, update my sheet as the last minute changes, and giving me a few headaches. But 2-0 at the end of 1. Goals from Colin Inga and Jack Hurlburt of East Islip and St. Anthony, respectively. And so, comparing to the freshman game we saw just a couple hours ago, Magnus, what do we think of that first period of the JV level?
Very evenly matched. Despite, White trailing 2-0, they're playing very good defense. I see them in the Longwood trio particularly. I've seen them getting back on defense. Nicotri, Maresca, they've been playing a really good job in transition, and they'll piece it together. Again, you're playing with new guys. You have 3 guys that you'll play with, but other than that, it's a fresh slate. You've never been teammates with some of these guys. So it's new. You got to get adjusted quickly, and I think eventually White will start to piece it together a little bit.
So 2-0 after 1. You're listening to the Suffolk County High School Hockey League JV All-Star Game right here and only on LI Sports Network. Welcome back. A brief stoppage, but enough to catch my breath. I looked for my water bottle. It's not in the area. Well, not unfortunately mine. It's producer Rowan trying to do me a solid there. It's, of course, on the other end of the broadcast booth up here, live at the rinks in Hauppauge. Ryan Brownigan, Magnus Healy. JV All-Star game in its second period is, again, a night to celebrate the talents of this level of hockey, Magnus.
We've seen it thus far with Gold and Inga and Hurlburt representing both East Islip and St. Anthony's, and White piecing it together, as I mentioned before the brief break. They'll get it. You know, you're playing with new guys. Hurlburt's goal, obviously coming off of the assist from his teammate in Engelhart, and Inga, the lone goal scorer. It's going to take time, and you want to win, obviously, but you're playing with a whole new squad.
And then, of course, goaltending, too, is such an X factor, and these are the 4 best, I think. They got it right, absolutely.
Yeah.
4 best goaltenders in the JV division. It is so hard, as I found out with being tasked with narrowing down the goaltenders for the varsity all-star game. Like, how? How can I just pick 4?
Yeah.
All the goaltenders really at every level are exceptional. And these are great. Nonetheless, a chance. Dorian, a drive, blockered away by Huber, who has been perfect here tonight.
Yeah, as you had mentioned, the talent, Huber, definitely Brandon Huber from St. Anthony's JV Black.
DeFeo is in. DeFeo scores! Posting in. Matthew DeFeo.
And we see again, finally, an opportunity comes. DeFeo on the open breakaway. Tries to get the best of Serpico, and he does. Just on the left side of that net. Shoves it on through. As DeFeo, 12 goals in the regular season, 19 points. The second highest point holder behind Inga, the other goal scorer for tonight's matchup.
So 3-0 now in favor of Gold, as I think the scorekeeper, much like the rest of us, trying to figure out who's on who.
That's what I was doing. Yeah, I was trying to figure out, is he on white or gold?
Which one's white, which one's gold? No. Yeah. Gold making the most of their opportunities. And again, you mentioned Serpico comes into the contest with a 1.33 GAA. The only goaltender tonight with a better goals against average is Gaetano Cicchino, who we'll see take over for Brandon Huber on the other side of the ice with a 1.15 goals against average. Huber, for what it's worth, 1.43 is also phenomenal. Again, minor request, the New York Islander High School Hockey League, well, Nassau High School League, if you will, they do track shots on goal, Magnus. They get save percentages.
So if you're the big man listening, maybe get us that statistic.
Hey, I'm just throwing it out there.
Just
The Nassau League does that. But anyway, we're celebrating the Suffolk guys here. And what talent we have, let me tell you. Telling you, if the Long Island Championship, they run that back, which I think we might. I think we are. Look out, Nassau. Look out, Belmore Merrick, because I don't think you get back-to-back. One of the Suffolk teams has your number this year. I am certain. Light! Driving to the net, save, rebound! No one could get on the other end of it. And back the other way come the Friars, comes Liam Matarese jumping into the play. Hurlburt, as well as Lawler.
Huber is a brick wall, post to post. Nothing is getting by him tonight. Again, just an excellent goalkeeper. Both sides, Serpico, Huber, and then the guys who we'll see later showcased.
Dumping in is Hurlburt. Nicholas Lawler in after it. Hurlburt and Lawler not playing on the same St. Anthony team, but of course they practice together and on the same team tonight. And will be on the same team, I assume, and probably a season from now on the varsity Friar squad. Which they break up the lower ones. I've not seen a broken up varsity team yet, whether that be St. Anthony or Smithtown Hauppauge, though that would be fascinating, wouldn't it?
That'd be hard. That would be hard to get 2 varsity level teams.
2 varsity teams. No, I don't think we're
It hurts you as an organization, too.
I think that's the issue.
Yeah.
As Kuliber banks it down the far boards. Nicotri and Hurlburt together. I always think our producer Rowan's celebrating something, and I realize she's just trying to keep her hands warm. As here comes Hurlbert. Centers all the way back. Matarese settles. Takes a wrist shot through traffic, gloved by Serpico.
The hand warmers. Is there a goal that we didn't know about? Oh no, she's just warming her hands.
I'm like, is she watching the Ranger Islander game? Is it, what's happening here? Oh, okay, no. None of that.
2-0 was the final. Islanders win over the Rangers.
I'm gonna puke. Anyway, a chance, and DeFeo couldn't quite pull at the trigger. Again, it is Team Gold
In the driver's seat.
with the scoring chances. Looking for more. DeFeo shot wide. On the stick of Friesen.
And I was going to say, oh, that's Team White in the offense. Nope, Team Gold. It's Team Gold. They are in the white uniforms.
Then back, it's DeFeo with Fabaro streaking. To Fabaro on the backhand. Save made. Serpico. Rebound. Hopping around in front. And on to the stick of Milo Maisie. Maisie and Kuliber. Now Bonkov splitting the D. Ryan Bonkov around the net. Out in front. And will not be in. Friesen getting the stick in, helping to prevent it.
Yeah, Friesen's not there. You're looking at a chance and possibly a goal because Huber was not quite at that post. He does eventually go post to post, but Friesen being a huge help on that end.
Team's making a line change. Standings in the JV level. As you mentioned, it's St. Anthony Black and Smithtown JV Red. But third place, West Islip. I know I mentioned at the top a big improvement. I believe they had one win last year. The JV level, 9-4, even with St. Anthony JV Gold. But of course, all teams represented here in this one. And already we've seen an impact from up and down the division. Is going down to the ice is a Spetty, and that'll draw a penalty. And so the first power play of the game, it'll go to Team White, trailing by 3.
This is your opportunity. We talked about trying to get a chance on your end. 9:30 to go in the second period. You have a power play. Capitalize on it, man down, and try to build some momentum on your end.
So to the box, representing St. Anthony. I believe that is one of their captains. And Robert Leno. And a chance on back Wellman. Wellman wrist shot, hit a stick. A Spetty backhand shot wide. Anderson taps one in the direction of Wellman. Wellman, and a good hustle play made by East Islip's Kyle Kearney. Puck out of the zone. Anderson back in. Anderson shot a denial. Brendan Huber making his case for why he might be the best goaltender in the JV division.
Yeah, good job there on the end of Kearney. You mentioned that hustle play on the end of East Islip, saving it, getting out of your own offensive zone, but they're still threatening, kind of trying to pepper more shots at Huber, wear him down a little bit, but again, persevering is Brandon Huber.
Trio of Ward Melville Patriots out the ice in a quartet of Smithtown Hauppauge Bulls of both red and blue. It's Matthew Benstock, leading scorer for Smithtown Hauppauge Blue, gave it away. Here's Giganti. Shoots denied by Serpico, the short-handed chance for Leo Giganti and the Ward Melville Patriot on behalf of Team Gold.
That's the last thing you want to see if you're a goalie, and Nick Serpico is Giganti coming one-on-one, nothing in front of him, but 2 goals on the season for Giganti, and he stays centered and just an easy chest save. As you're a rock star, I think. You're getting rocking out a little bit over here. Both my producer and the play-by-play announcer.
Well, you hear AC/DC Thunderstruck. Certainly you get a little
Twitchy.
fire in your veins, and some fire needed here for Team White, trailing by 3 with the power play. And Matthew Benstock escaping the clutches of Braun. Centering pass, Benstock spinning away. Shoots off the blocker and out. Another save from Huber. Here is Nolan Fabraro. Cuts middle, across on the tape. Giganti denied by Serpico. Got fancy on the backhand, did Leo Giganti.
Gigante wants that goalie's threatened now twice with Serpico in this power play.
Just
Nothing
7
to throw
seconds
yet,
left
though.
on it,
Yeah.
Magnus. Giordano. Giordano off the bar! Another chance. Benstock deflects wide.
Such a chance there for Giordano.
Giordano again denied. Brandon Huber. 7:11 to go, second period, has not allowed a goal with the help also of his crossbar.
You can do nothing if you're Team White other than just tip your cap, as he'll get around a standing ovation from everyone here. Huber with a perfect showing here at the All-Star game, as him and Serpico touched gloves. Both of them a really good showing. Only 3 goals allowed for Serpico. He was getting peppered as well. So as we see a new set in.
Gaetano Cecchino in for Team Gold. Gets quickly tested, and it went just wide. Brandon Nicotri, the opportunity, along with Lyon. And now it's Engelhardt for Lawler. Poked away, nice play by Bonkov. But in the middle, and ushered out of the zone by Hurlbert. Here is Jablonski. Jablonski to Gaudiello, mishandled, and now Hurlbert will try to send Lawler onto the stick of Alex Jablonski. In comes Jablonski. On the backhand, fanned on the centering pass, and Lawler takes over. Lawler around Jablonski. Down the left wing side, Nicholas Lawler cuts middle. Lawler, good poke from Nicotri. Gaudiello trying to get a good positioning, and it's wrapped around by Lawler for Engelhardt. Back to Schwartz. Wrist shot, deflected off the glass. Good block from Ryan Bonkov, who's looking for a play the other way. He'll get the puck here. The West Islip Lion, Ryan Bonkov, leading scorer for the Lions. As the puck moved down low.
You mentioned 13 goals for him, 17 points. A big part to that West Islip offense, who had mentioned the JV only 1 win last year. They definitely turned things around. Varsity, on the other hand, is struggling a little bit, starting to pick up a little bit of steam.
DeFeo steps through, right pad save, Michael Elko. Worth noting, Michael Elko previously played for St. Anthony on their freshman team. He is a West Islip Lion this year and has made a tremendous difference in bringing that team to where they are, as we keep mentioning the big improvements they've made. Jablonski, Bonkov, and Elko paramount in that, as well as the play of Espetti, the other all-star represented by West Islip. Here's Friesen. Ahead of DeFeo onto the stick of Kuliber. Kuliber, and a good recovery there from DeFeo. He draws a penalty as well.
Someone's missing a glove.
Glove is down. Colin Inga. Delayed penalty. This one will be against the dark colored jerseys of White.
Team White.
Team White.
So now an opportunity on that back end for Team Gold as we wind down this second period, 4:52 to go. It'll be interesting what you start to see here now. It's been a little bit stagnant, the momentum for Team Gold. Most recent goal scorer was Matthew DeFeo, coming early on in the second period, I think within like the first 2 or 3 minutes. And then since then, you've had nothing, but on the other end, it's just tough for Team White.
You get the feeling that if they get 1, they can get 2 and 3 pretty quickly. It's just about getting that first goal. But for now, killing the penalty. And a chance to really put the game out of reach here for the team titled Team Gold. Seam pass, connects. Chance denied. That was Leno.
Great save by Elko.
Centering pass, stick lifted of Colin Inga. And away comes Caden Dorian, joined by his Smithtown Hauppauge teammate, Anderson. Anderson to the backhand. He stopped. I had no idea that puck was in the glove. Waited for the official to wave his arms. My goodness.
Cecchino, what a save. I thought that had gotten in, snuck in a little bit, and the brief pause, not getting too overzealous. A backhanded shot, but a great save on the other end.
Gaetano Cecchino. A great A stop, keeping Team White off the board. Wellman tried to plunge it ahead, instead ends up in the corner, where it's lifted to center, to the line, and held in Nice play, a shot glove save made by Elko.
And with that being said, I mean, whoever is the goaltending coach over at the St. Anthony's Friars program needs to pat themselves on the back. 2 tremendous goalkeepers tonight.
Well, it's always seemingly a chicken or the egg thing, you know? And is it the great goaltenders go to St. A's, or does St. A's make the great goaltenders? Either way, it's Mattery's one-time drive and a save made by Michael Elko.
Elko being peppered, staying composed though. He had, obviously, Serpico started off. Gigante was putting pressure on him, and he seeing the same as well.
Held in at the far point by Braun, but here comes Benstock streaking through center. He's got a Spetty going to the net. Benstock, wrist shot. Over the top. Might have went off the glove of Cicchino. Mikowski centers Kearney. Kearney trying to go around Avlanitis, and a good job from Avlanitis despite not having the size. He perfectly boxed out Kearney. Matteries holds in at the line, but gave it away to Giordano. Giordano, a freshman all-star of a year ago, brings it over the line and in. Giordano bringing it around town, drops it in behind. Braun is there and has Mikowski out of the zone.
Yeah, Braun took a bit hitting to the boards there from the Spetty of West Islip.
Giordano firing it right into Braun, no icing. Well, no icing, they're short-handed. I forgot, here's Benstock. Spinning, shooting wide. Kearney with Peter Mikowski. Left it behind, and here's Avlanitis. With Benstock and Light. Avlanitis tries to cut middle. Picked up by Light. Ryan Light overskated. Back come Liam Matteries. Northward Huntington. Across, hoping to get it to Lawler. Kearney. Around Elko. Kyle Kearney. Intercepted. Good read here from Cole Kozak. Kozak to Benstock. Benstock, crisscross. Looking up. Looking over his options. Finds Light. Ryan Light to Matthew Benstock. Back to Ryan Light. Near corner. Kearney takes over, and Jikas. Cross-ice feed to Nicholas Lawler. Schwartz across through the stick of Cohen Jikas in front.
Yeah, Schwartz trying to find his teammate in Jikas, but no connection there, just beyond his stick to the far side.
Bonkov centers. Chance. Save made. Rebound. Stretch it out. It's still loose. Benstock blocked by Gigante. And no stick here for Gaetano Cicchino.
What a save. He was sprawled. He's missing his stick.
Still no stick for Gaetano. Jablonski's got a cannon. Shows it off and missed wide. Kozak unable to keep the cycle going. It's Bonkov. Flipped into the air and held in by Matthew Benstock. Schwartz trying to clear for Team Gold with a minute left here in the second period. They have the 3-0 lead, but knocking on the door is Bonkov. He scores! Double doink for Ryan Bonkov. It's 3-1.
13 goals on the season, make that one in the All-Star game, and White calls back with 51 seconds to go in the second period. Beautiful upper net. 17 points on the season for Ryan Bonkov as well, as he is an offensive prowess finally getting the chance to shine here, Ryan.
Put that one into the stratosphere of the net. Any taller, it's over the net. Ping and a ping, and it's 3-1. And Bonkov, he wants more. Poked away, good defensive play made there by number 96 of St. Anthony JV Black, Robert Leno. Again, Leno not known for his offense, more his defenses. There he is out there displaying that defensive prowess. On a tee to Lawler. Lawler scores! A water bottle popper and a quick response for Gold.
Nicholas Lawler, A great job on the breakaway. Maresca was trying to get back on D there, and just nothing he could do. Just tried to get a stick out, but couldn't avail. Bottle popper. What a job from Nicholas Lawler. 9 goals on the season, 19 points as well. Again, the second most on this gold team.
Hey, go figure. St. Anthony loaded once more. Nicotri as things opening up. Got a yellow. And a good defensive play made by Leno. Springs forward, Ward Melville's Nolan Febraro. He and Blake Febraro, a dynamic duo on Ward Melville. However, the two of them have not been together much as we've come to the end of the second period. What do you make of the second? Does White have a chance with that goal to battle back, or did that quick response extinguish those chances, Magnus?
I want to say it didn't, but it looks like it did, because we had thought this would be an evenly matched game, and I don't think the scoreboard quite tells what this matchup has been. It's been a fighting chance for White, and hopefully we can see that going into the third period.
Third period on its way. You're listening to the Suffolk County High School Hockey League JV All-Star Game right here and only on LI Sports Network. Welcome back to the Suffolk County High School. Welcome back to the Suffolk County High School Hockey League JV All-Star Game. Ryan Brannigan joined alongside Magnus Healy. And Magnus, third period on its way. What does White got to do to get themselves back into this game?
Sorry, Ryan. Ride the momentum that they had to end off the second period following the goal from Bonkov. Try to continue it to get it going, and I don't think that late second period goal stifled their momentum. I think it's continued to ride it out.
I've seen stranger things, Magnus, and then a 3-goal comeback in the third period. Kuliber has it go off his stick. Wellman pushes in. Feathered along and held in by Cole Kalber. Sachem. Mikowski. Near side. Kuliber throws it out in front, and Leo Giganti steers it out of harm's way. Looking to get it to Mikowski, who spin Ramos, flung it ahead. Giganti and Inga both streaking after the puck. You know, they don't play for the same team. Both had the same idea that time, Magnus.
Yeah, Elko with a great save. You got two guys flying at you down this ice, and the puck equals speed, but nonetheless corrals it in. 3.9 goals allowed, and that tells you that is still a very good goal allowed, and that's the fourth lowest, or excuse me, highest. And that's just a testament to still how talented this pool of goalkeepers are.
That and the defense and players in front of you certainly make a difference, and I think Michael Elko has certainly risen above.
Yeah.
And another one of those, get the save percentage, really also will help you tell the stories. Avlanitis. And I know all the goalie parents out there are saying, well, we do it anyway, so it's fine, but we like to have it too.
Yeah, what about like a shots on goal? Something, I don't know.
It's something, ain't it? But anyway, here's Avlanitis. Good stick of Friesem, and he'll ride the glass all the way around. Aspetti in the corner, going to work with Caden Dorian. Dorian dangles. Avlanitis to shot, score, Anderson! The captain of Smithtown Oppog, JV Red, makes it a 2-goal game.
What a shot from Ryan Anderson. We take a look at that, and they claw back. White continuing ride the momentum. We see Avlanitis with it initially, I believe, there. A cross feeder, beautiful pass, corrals it in, almost lost the puck for a second, and puts it in such a tight margin above the head of Cecchino.
So 4-2, 13-12 left, third period. Plenty of time, Magnus, for the white team in the solid jerseys to get back into this one. But they're going to have to likely not allow any more goals as that one goes high and wide. Came off the stick of Leno. Moved middle. And Ryan Anderson back on it. Pardon me, it was not Leno, but rather Rainey is here as Anderson save, rebound! Corralled by DeFeo. DeFeo around to Spetty, charges in. DeFeo zips around the net on his forehand. Matthew DeFeo intercepted by Anderson. Anderson, though, good stick from Salvatore Coletti. Lucas Giordano, the T-Bird. On to Avlanitis, the Bulls stick. Nice pass, great play Dorian. Here's Dorian. Scores! What a move! Caden Dorian finishes on the backhand. It's 4-3.
Is Team White doing the unthinkable, Ryan? You said you've seen crazier things.
Oh, I said I saw stranger things.
Stranger things. What a goal from Caden Dorian. 7 on the season, 14 points as well, and even 7 goals, assists. He makes that one here on the night, and now they're within 1.
11 not needed to see stranger things tonight. It's 4-3. Caden Dorian, who has had himself quite the season, 14 points in 10 games played, equal amount goals and assists, 7 each. Kyle Kearney, Team Gold, looking for maybe a response. It's intercepted, Alex Jablonski, but a nice step up here from Matarese of Northport Huntington. Liam Matarese, his drop pass intercepted. Good read by Matthew Benstock.
It was a good job from Matarese in transition. Thwart anything White could have had going down into the ozone.
Bonkov, you say he kick-started this comeback. Centers one, here's Light, settles, shoots, glove save.
That's a really good save from Cecchino. Well, they'll just snag that. I'll have that one.
High rising shot taken by Ryan Light of Smithtown Hauppauge freshman blue. They have not had the season they would like. Ryan Light, 10 points in 13 games played. Of course, dealing with the injury to what was their leading goal scorer at the time, I believe still is, Jake Hayes. Here's DeFeo, left wing side. Swooshed it across, off the boards, and incoming the other way, Matthew Benstock. And Light curls it to the near boards. Banks to Friesen. Friesen in the feet of DeFeo, rescued by Inga. Inga, nice move off the far boards. Inga to Friesen. Friesen, tic-tac-toe, and where to go? Michael Elko.
Have yourself a night, Elko. The comeback starts with him in net. He cannot allow anything else for the rest of the game. He stays complete. That was a great job from Friesen across slot pass, and just Elko says, not today.
That was some beautiful passing, Magnus. And it would not be Michael Elko. Around here is Jeremy Maresca. Maresca trying to lead Gaudiello. Jeremy Maresca on the season is having a great one with 16 goals in 13 games played. Michael Gaudiello, I'd say the same for him and his 16 points in 9 as that shot goes wide. And here's Nicotri along with Trio out. Gets by Wellman, Mikowski, and Wellman throws on the afterburners to get to the loose puck.
Yeah, it's great hustle from Wellman, and you need to play with grit now. You approach under 10 minutes. This is where it starts to matter.
Friesen shot, right pad save made by Elko. Nicotri down the right wing side, far side for us. Spins, backhand pass, sniffed out beautifully by Hurlburt. who tries to go now the other way. Ahead to DeFeo. DeFeo working on Avlanides. Hits the brakes, far circle. DeFeo greeted by Nicotri, and puck sent free on back. Shot deflects on, and a save made by Elko on the good look. That time from Robert Leno.
Yeah, Leno caught a little bit of the sheet there as he went for that slap shot. Probably reduced a little bit of power on that, but still a good look and an even better save on the back end from Elko.
Leno out there on defense with Salvatore Coletti. Hurlburt and Lawler, the other Friars, up front. 4 of them are out. Puck sent around. Here's Lucas Giordano. Giordano and Lawler together. Avlanides trying to go to his winger, or defenseman rather, Giordano. Maisie also in the area representing Connecticut Sayville, as well as Kuliber. And here's Jackson Kuliber, thwarted at the line by Leno. Avlanides took a spill. Here's Cohen Shikas. Shikas centers, intercepted by Hunter. Hunter trying to lead Kuliber, just couldn't catch up with it. And now it's Hurlburt. Cross to Lawler. Lawler mishandles, and the puck poked out of the neutral zone by Milo Maisie. Avlanides going to work on Leno. Loose puck. Here's Avlanides. Surviving checks from Leno from behind. Avlanides couldn't quite pull the trigger. Good recovery there for Hurlburt.
Yeah, gets beat a little bit, but stays resilient and finishes the back end of that play.
Lawler with the hustle this time, gets to the loose puck, threw it off the side of the net. Hurlburt shot, guided away by the stick of Michael Elko. And now Alex Jablonski with Milo Maisie. Maisie goes to the net. Jablonski shot saved. Rebound, loose out in the slot, and settled and cleared. No, they say it's onside. Bonkov to Anderson. Centers, Maisie, stick lifted batteries. Rebound, shot just wide on the backhand by Dorian. Braun, intercepted by Dorian. Steps around Matt Braun. Has it in Gretzky's office. To Anderson. Wrist shot. It seemingly went through Matarese that time. Anderson. Bonkov. Shot deflects into the glove of Cecchino.
That right there was a great sequence of slot defense from Team Gold, not letting anything really even threaten. Cecchino did have a few times where he needed to make some saves, but they were just clearing it left and right. The initial clear from Hurlburt couldn't quite get the distance, and it found again the stick of Bonkov, and then it became difficult afterwards.
Face-off, offensive zone, won by Caden Dorian. Finds Anderson, wrist shot wide. Not sure if it was blocked or deflected. Espetti gets to the loose puck. Espetti poked from him, but held in here by Anderson, who walks. Anderson, deflection, save made by Cecchino. Espetti, hounded by Kearney, to Dorian. Caden Dorian, trying to step through, somehow does. Dorian, still no shot. Showing off the handles, threw it across. Espetti in the slot, denied by the stick of Cecchino. Kyle Kearney trying to clear. Does. And hops over the stick of Bonkov. Nolan Ferbraro, aggressive on the forecheck. Boxed out by Bonkov. Loose puck though available, and save made by Elko. Pushed ahead for Espetti. And now taken over by Anderson. Anderson, a little overzealous, lost control of the puck. Gathered back in by Schwartz.
These are finally the opportunities that we were mentioning, Ryan, in like the first period that we would think White would get later on the line, and they do at the end of this third period. A lot of chances on Cecchino.
Turnover down low, and off as the stick, blocker stick of Michael Elko. Caden Dorian with Ryan Anderson, going to work on Kevin Schwartz. Nice stick handling again from Dorian. Out in front, and they score! It's Ryan Anderson. We're tied at 4 with 5:27 to go in the third.
the stranger thing has happened here, Ryan. A 3-goal comeback from Team White. That's just an incredible job. They were putting pressure on Sacchino all night, and Ryan Anderson caps it off his second of the night. 10 on the season, 2 tonight in the All-Star game.
Ryan Anderson and Caden Dorian have turned this game upside down. And timeout has been called by the home team, Team Gold.
Yep, you have to think about it for a sec. You got it, though. You got it. Because why would Gold be in the dark uniforms? That's silly.
With that being said, we'll step aside. You're listening to the Suffolk County High School Hockey League JV All-Star Game, live and only on LI Sports Network. The dramatic conclusion after this. Welcome back. 5:12 to go here, third period. We're tied at 4. It's been a dramatic JV game as opposed to the anticlimactic freshman all-star game, but here we are. Cameraman Frank Potetto is running the cam for us tonight. Want to shout out Frank. Doing a great job as always here on LI Sports Network. He and producer Sam Musnick running the lights for our intros. And producer Rowan Laddick providing the music as well to the arena. I think you're getting a real kick out of that, Rowan. Certainly so. Were you just playing some Fallout Boy? Coletti getting around Benstock, trying to nudge it ahead for Mikowski. Here's Ryan Light. Benstock back to Light. Up ahead, and Wellman can't hold in, but he'll track back to it. Hits Avlanitis. Benstock. Avlanitis, under 4 to play. Third period, tied at 4. Avlanitis. Wellman, wrist shot. And it's, where is it?
Sacchino was looking behind him to see if they got to his legs.
It must be underneath him.
Yeah. What's going to give? Who is going to knock it into the net first? We got 3:46 to go.
All the momentum, Magnus, seems to be in favor of the team that completed the comeback.
Yeah, for sure. I think if you're Gold, you're a little stunned. You know, you're like, wow, I did not think this would happen. Strange things here on the ice tonight.
See if they continue. As getting back, Maresca, the good breakup through neutral ice as they were trying to spring forward to Feo. Feo, I believe, with a goal in the game. Representing KPC, Hurlbert. Backhand pass blocked by Maresca. Flung around, hoping for Giordano. Instead, here's Lawler. Lawler, Hurlbert, denied. Michael Elko. 3:04 left third period.
Elko is a I would say a big reason to this comeback. He knew that going into this third period, he could not allow a single goal, and he's done exactly that. Even with constant pressure from Team Gold, led by Hurlbert and company, he has stayed composed and delivered when he needed to most.
Off the draw, controlled by Team White, the home NHL-esque jerseys. The road jerseys, though, for the Suffolk County High School Hockey League. Maresca. Couldn't settle it. Away comes DeFeo, joined by Hurlbert and Lawler. DeFeo cuts middle on the backhand. DeFeo, forehand shot. Denied by the pads of Michael Oko. Avlanides. Now Lucas Giordano. Trying to go to himself. Lawler breaks it up. Flips in cross corner. Maresca spinning, searching, trying to flip it ahead into Coterie. Getting in the way, Hurlburt. Back down, it's Avlanides. Lead for Nicotri. Nicotri splitting the D. Nicotri! Shadow wide. Mattery's hounding him from behind. Back out in front, Maresca. Shielded off from in front. Puck along the dasher. Lawler comes back to it. And nearly gave it up to Maresca in front as he fanned on the cross-ice feed. Bunkov step up at the blue line. Lawler with DeFeo, they are offside.
That's tough. You had a breakaway opportunity. It's thwarted by a whistle and a man too close to the O-zone, but now it's 1:43, call it. We're tied. Do we see an overtime matchup here on the All-Star game?
Pretty close to it. 1:43 left, third period, and a false start on the face-off. So moving back 5 yards. No, wrong sport.
That's tomorrow. Football Sunday is tomorrow.
Oh, there's football tonight. I don't know what the score is or who's winning or whatnot. I just hope my fantasy team's doing well. Good luck to all of you, like me, in the fantasy championships.
Me as well.
You're going to need it, Magnus.
Yeah,
I'm not playing Magnus. I just know he's losing.
Yeah, I'm not in a good spot right now.
Ryan Bonkov, he's in a great spot, cutting up ice. Bonkov fanning on the shot. Great back check from Nolan Fabraro.
As our producer, Rowan Laddick, a big Chargers fan at that.
What's the score there, Rowan?
They lost.
They lost. That's the score.
2016.
It's not a score. As Bonkov deflects it ahead right into the glove of Caden Dorian. So that worked out. Dorian to Anderson. They have spearheaded this comeback for Team White. Friesen going the other way for gold. Under a minute. 54 seconds to go. Friesen. Shot. Along the ice. Deflected. And wide. Fabraro, Nolan in front. Zikas intercepted by Caden Dorian on his centering ice bid. Friesen activates from the near point. Goes in behind. Fabraro centering pass. Hit a stick and away comes Bonkov. Bonkov to Anderson. Anderson trying to get around Kevin Schwartz. Schwartz doing a good job on him. And Schwartz, the great defense. Schwartz, the rush of ice from Ryan Anderson with 4:13 to play. Diving on top, Michael Elko with 7.7 left on the clock.
I think unless something crazy happens in 7.7 seconds, we'll be seeing an overtime matchup here on this All-Star game. A treat for us and you guys at home.
7.7 seconds, plenty of time for something to happen. There's a happening and there's a save. Michael Elko right off the draw, 4 seconds left.
Michael Elko has been on his heels and toes for the last 15 minutes of this third period.
And has made saves with those heels, toes, and just about everything but his nose. As we've come to the end of the third period. Tied at 4 in the JV All-Star game. We just had an overtime winner on the North Rink in the Varsity All-Star game. Ward Melville's Michael McFadden with the winner. Who will get the winner tonight in the JV All-Star game? Magnus.
I want to say White. I think everything in momentum was on their side. They had a phenomenal series, but then you look at the other side, Gold was controlling a lot of the offensive possession later on in that third period. It's hard to say. I think White, they deserve it. They've been fighting, man.
Give me a name. Give me a name. I want a name. Give me your prediction. Who's getting the OT winner? You got one from each team here.
I think if it's going to be Gold, it'll be a guy like Inga or DeFeo. And I think if it's White, I would go with the guys from Smithtown Hauppauge in Anderson or Dorian. They've been really good on offense tonight.
I'll go Bonkov, Nicotri. And I like your picks, but I'll take Kearney and Schwartz to be different. Why not? Bonkov has Anderson, hits him. Anderson slows. Deeks, and is denied by Gaetano Cecchino. And now a penalty is called. Oh boy.
I thought I had it right with Anderson for a second. He's on the breakaway. I thought you should have been a little bit more aggressive here. Go for it. You don't need to slow down. You didn't have an oncoming guy. He tries to do a little stutter step, which works, and then just tries to poke it through. Great save from SCHSHL. And then he goes around and gets a little chippy with...
It was Leno.
Leno, yeah. And he'll head to the box, which that's going to be a huge loss, both for our predictions and for Team White.
Power play. Huge opportunity for Team Gold to forget about the fact they blew a 4-1 third period lead. DeFeo, Lawler. Wrist shot blocked. Jablonski out in front. And Dorian will flip it over the leaping Lawler and out of the zone. 8 Lawler's leaping. Anyway, here's Hurlburt. 'Tis the season. Merry holidays for all of you back at home. Hope they were great. New Year on the way. Centering pass. Lawler. Shot! Deflected wide. Screening in front, Hurlburt. Already a goal in the game for Jack Hurlburt.
9 on the season as well. Captain for that JV squad, and now you still have time if you are White to get Anderson back on the ice.
Shot off the stick of Elko and wide. Centering pass Leno wouldn't go. Here's Lawler. Drops it for Hurlburt. Hurlburt holds. Hurlburt banked it. Shot wide and out of the zone. DeFeo back on it. 43 seconds to go on the power play. 2:08 to go in the third. DeFeo thwarted by Bonkov. Bonkov and Dorian. Bonkov killing time to his West Islip teammate and Alex Jablonski. Minute 53 left in the overtime. 23 seconds on the power play. Drop pass, nobody home.
Yeah, Anderson's already halfway off the boards here. He wants to get back in, make an impact.
And offsides is called. So 11 seconds till Anderson comes back on the ice. A minute and 38 seconds left in overtime. Listed here on the scoreboard at the rinks is period 4, with the game tied at 4. DeFeo weaves. DeFeo shot off the stick of Jablonski and into the netting and out of play. Apologies, folks. There we go.
You got to send something straight into the slot here.
Hurlburt. Anderson's back out. It's Kevin Schwartz. Denied. My pick, indeed. Jablonski now with Anderson. Hits the brakes. Back up top. Anderson, a drive. Glove save made. SCHSHL.
Minute and 6. I thought your Schwartz prediction would fall through there almost.
Almost. Caden Dorian with Ryan Anderson, Alex Jablonski, and Ryan Bonkov. Bonkov, my other prediction. Thrown around by Schwartz to DeFeo. DeFeo, stretch pass. Glove down. And Elko with 50 to play in overtime. Elko getting funky in the back of the net. Henderson, good play DeFeo to take back. Lawler. Backhand, thought it might have hit the bench off the side of the net there from DeFeo. Dorian with 25 to play. Both benches on their feet. Some fans in the stands on their feet. I'm on my feet. 16 seconds to play. Kevin Schwartz dumps in. Will we get another chance before the overtime runs out? And then I don't know what happens, Magnus.
I don't either.
I never got this far. But we'll find out as we've come to the end of overtime. Tied at 4. Give us something. We need a winner.
No way. No way we end in a tie. We do. It
We
appears.
end in a tie.
Oh.
Boo. Pish tittle. But I guess fitting. Both these teams deserved it, Magnus.
Win or loss, we got a very entertaining matchup, a comeback from Team White, and a great game in net from everyone.
There's an awkward energy in the air, really, of both fans are like, am I happy? Am I sad? You know, it's kind of like in football.
I didn't lose. I didn't win either, though.
Didn't lose, didn't win, but a great showcase of talent here in the JV All-Star Game 2025. And with that, I want to thank all of you for tuning in. Magnus, one more time, I'm going to wrap up your thoughts.
Yeah, I mean, it was a great game. So many goal scorers in White banded together. They kind of got their rhythm. DeFeo, Inga, and Herbert, the three that I've highlighted throughout the matchup today for Team Gold. And the other side, Anderson, Dorian, Bonkov, everyone played a part, Ryan.
That they did. Michael Elko being dominant when he needed to be. As the second half of the season looms, and these teams will go back to playing for their typical clubs. But first, of course, and
photo.
Important, yes.
Gotta
take the photo. Alex Jablonski, front and center, flanked by some goaltenders, and there they all are. Those are your 2025 JV Suffolk County Ice Hockey League All-Stars. Give it up for them. Thank you again for tuning in here at LI Sports Network. We really appreciate the support and letting me do my favorite job, which I hope you enjoy as much as I do.
Yeah, me as well.
And that'll do it here for tonight. Again, thank you so much for tuning in. And until next time, on behalf of my color commentator for the evening, Magnus Healy, producer Rowan Laddick, cameraman Frank Potato, special producer camera help from Sam Musnick, and Wally, our on-ice camera operator, I'm Ryan Brannigan, saying so long. Until next time, have a good night.